All right. Real with God, Matt, coming to you in 3.
We are all becoming someone. A great question to ask is, who am I becoming? For those of us who are Christians, that answer should be like Jesus. One of the most difficult things to be a follower of Jesus is to build a real and authentic relationship with God. There's going to be moments where you feel so close to God, you can't ever imagining not loving Him, knowing Him, and feeling Him. And then there's going to be moments as a Christian, if you're honest, where you're like, where are you, God? I don't know if I believe in you, God. Have you abandoned me, God? And one of the things we can do as Christians is look to Jesus. One of the most heartfelt, authentic prayers ever uttered in the Bible are by the Lord Jesus on the cross. When he quotes David in Psalm 22, and he says, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? There's going to be times in our lives where God feels so far from us, where God feels so away from us. But the truth is, God is right there. God is not leaving, but God is allowing us to go through something to strengthen our relationship with God, to strengthen our relationship just with Him and our faith. And so what I want to encourage you to do is in those moments, be as real as you can. Read through the book of Psalms. Some of the Psalms, you're going to be like, I don't know if I can pray this. There are ugly Psalms, violent Psalms. There are Psalms of doubt. There are Psalms that sound like they were written by an atheist, because these are real prayers to a real God. And when you have a real relationship with God, there's going to be moments where you feel so close, where Jesus says, whatever I do, the Father has told me to do. So I'm acting, behaving, and saying exactly what I'm hearing from God right now. And then there are moments on the cross when you're suffering and you're hurting and you're saying, why? How on earth could a good God allow this to happen? Where you feel so far from God. The words that you utter are, where are you? Why have you left me? Are you even real? And Jesus shows us the two truths of the faith. And so here's the great news about God. You can be absolutely real with Him. The Psalms teach us, be 100% honest, be totally clear. One of the things that I do practically as a Christian, how do I do this, is I write out my prayers. Whatever I'm feeling, whatever I'm thinking, I write it down. And it's so amazing to go back and look at my journals and say, wow, that was a bad day, or wow, that was a good day. And it helps me in the future to know, look, this too shall pass. And no matter how good it is, this too shall pass. No matter how bad it is, this too shall pass. And we have to hang in there and just trust God and know that we have to worship God, and a relationship with God is both at the peaks and the valleys. The most beautiful psalm in the Bible is Psalm 23, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. And know this, that psalm comes right after Psalm 22 that Jesus quotes. Jesus quotes in Psalm 22, why have you forsaken me? And Psalm 23, it says, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, thou art with me. You anoint my head with oil, right? You are with me, even in the presence of my enemies. And it ends with, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. So press into your relationship with God. Nothing is more valuable. And like all relationships, there's moments where we feel super connected, and there's moments where we feel super distant. One last thought. One of the things that makes us feel disconnected from God is our own sin. Go back to the first practice and look at real with self. When I sin against God, I feel distant from God, because here's one thing sin always does. It separates me from my true self. It separates me from the people I love, and it separates me from God relationally. So confess that sin. Get rid of that sin. 1 John 1:9. For if we confess our sins to God, He is faithful and just to cleanse us of all unrighteousness. And I would encourage you to do that today, to reconnect and make your relationship with God as solid as it needs to be.
Cut. Killer. 4:30.
Yes.